So the Lord gave me this example about the kingdom. And he talked to me using this example of a job that offered a salary that was like 6 figures. I'm talking about like a little bit into the 6 figures, right? Like $240K a year. When you're looking at making $240K a year, you understand that salary places a demand on you out the gate. It is going to require a version of you that you are not currently operating in, that you will have to rise to the level of, that it will have to be extracted from you. You're not going to be able to move in the same way you've always moved, because you understand that they are offering this salary not to average, not to common, but to excellence. You understand that you need to be able to perform to be worthy of this $240K. You are willing to do that because you want that $240K. So you'll do whatever is required to be able to meet the demand. With that $240K, you got to know that the environment's going to be different. That when you step into that environment, there's going to be a level of professionalism, decency, order that's above average, that's excellent. Oh, there's money here. Not just money, but there's wealth here. You will not be able to talk the same, show up looking the same, acting the same, dressing the same. That will all need to be elevated to rise to the expectation, to rise to the level of $240K a year. How people interact with each other in that space is different. How you speak is going to be different. You need to be more discerning and more watchful of your movement, of your conduct in this environment. See, the very environment places a demand that's going to cause you to reach in and grab out this version of you. And I'm not trying to say this false version of you, but it's going to challenge you to be able to tap into the best version of yourself and become that, so you can be in alignment with this best opportunity that's been given to you. You see, being in that environment long enough will change you. It will change you. It will have an impact on you. It will get in you. It will penetrate you to the point where you rise. You'll no longer be at the status where you're at. It will elevate you. You understand? Just being in that environment, just working in that job, it will take you from where you were and it'll bring you up to a higher class. You will become different. You will be transformed. You will be gaining knowledge, skill sets, abilities. You will be tapping into a higher level, a different level. It's going to produce something in you that will elevate you, that will take you out from where you were and will elevate you and to bring you higher. If you let it. See, it may feel fake at first, because you're trying to. But once when you give it time for it to get in you, for it to become you, you will rise to that, and you will no longer be able to fit in so seamlessly in the environment where you were in. I've been exposed to too much. Now I can't go back to living like this and just thinking that this is okay, that this is acceptable, that this is the way. No, I've learned a better way. I learned a different way. I know how you could do it. Just don't work. I just don't see the sense in why I've grown. But it was being at this place that allowed me to be able to grow. You see, this is why the Lord has pulled so many out of the environments that they were in and from the people that you were with, because they had influence in you that left you in a realm that you've always been, and he wanted to grow you beyond that. You've outgrown them, you've outgrown it, and he needs to move you higher. And you got to understand, you can't keep going back to those people. You can't keep going back to those environments that he pulled you from, because you won't be able to relate. You've grown. But see, this is what God wants you to view the kingdom. See, in one instance, you have a $240K salary that you view as being so valuable and so beyond you that you're willing to do anything possible to be able to pursue it. Even allow it to change you, to transform you, for you to do your best, even though it may not feel authentic as first, but to do what you have to do to be able to fit into that environment until it becomes you and infiltrate it, so that you can be conformed to whatever that 240K demands of you, requires of you. God wants you to view the kingdom in the same way. He wants you to look at his presence, at his power, as his glory, as this 240K that you would be striving for, that you would be pursuing. I want you to pursue my presence, my power, my glory, my purpose for you. I want you to pursue kingdom and my righteousness first. I want you to view it as being so valuable that you will do whatever it is that you have to do to be in alignment with that thing, to access that thing. I want you to be able to step into it, even though it may feel like it's inauthentic, but to stick with it, to stick in my presence, to stick in my glory, to abide in me, to stay in my purpose and for you and what I have for you, to remain in this identity until it feels organic, until it gets in you and do the work in you and you become it. Don't you know, if you do that, it will take you out of where you are right now in the world, and it will elevate you to the status of kingdom, to where you won't be able to go back because you won't be able to relate. Oh, I need you to know, I want to take you into a whole new dimension. The environment's different in this dimension. The air is different in this dimension. In the spiritual realm, baby, there are things that you don't know that I want to expose to you, that I want to teach you. There's knowledge, there's skills, there's an ability that you could walk in that I want to be able to teach you and train you in. But you have to find value in what it is that I offer you and esteem it just like you would that 6-figure salary, and pursue it and be willing to change to it and conform to it and be this thing that drives you, teaches you, trains you, respond to the demand of it, that you will allow to be transformed by. And then in that, I'll send you. Place value on me, my presence, my kingdom, and its righteousness. and I will add everything else to you.